Mr. Hyde goes NitroX from Supps. Hey, it's Bryon Lape back with a review you can use, and today we have from Supps brand, results period is their slogan, Mr. Hyde NitroX pre-workout. Now some of you may say, wait a minute, you already reviewed this. In fact, you've also done a taste test of their shots. Yes, and this is a different formula. This is a new version, intense energy pre-workout powered by Nitro, I guess that's, or Sigin. So we have 30 scoops in here. This is the serving size is, I don't know, 15 grams? 7.4 grams. So I got it wrong by twice. So there you go. This is the Blue Raz Popsicle flavor. The raspberry popsicle of old, blue and red raspberry. So it has a bunch of stuff that I can't freaking read, but it's got the niacin and the caffeine, 300 milligrams of caffeine, androgynous and the dicaffeine, malate and caffeine citric acid blend. So it's 420 milligrams total of that caffeine complex. It has some creatine nitrate. It's got 1 gram. It's got some arginine. It basically has, as far as I know, on the active ingredients, it is clinical doses. And the dosage is 1 scoop a day. In fact, it says only do not exceed 1 serving in a 24-hour period. So there you have your in sundry warnings and your various logos on the back. Taste-wise, this was pretty good. I'd give it about a 7.5 to maybe 7 3/4 on taste. It mixed fairly well. It had a little bit of grittiness in it. I wanted to do a taste test, but calendar, you know, I never could do one to show you. I would recommend a shaker bottle. I did this in a small shaker bottle as well as with a spoon. With a spoon, I usually had to rinse a little bit of extra water in there, kind of get the rest of it in. Full disclosure on this, this is it is for me extremely intense, and I would not recommend this for anyone who has decent energy. This might send you over the roof. I found it to be too strong if I took a full scoop. In fact, the few times that I did, maybe 5 or 6 times at different times just to kind of test my tolerance, I felt pretty crappy within about an hour. What I did discover is if I took a full scoop, I had to immediately leave for the gym. If I let it start to take effect in the half hour, 40 minutes that it says to do it before you go to the gym, I just felt horrible. I had energy, but I didn't feel like working out. I felt bad. So usually I did about 1/3 to a half a scoop depending on how tired I was. I also did some in the morning. Sometimes in the morning, you know, maybe 1/3 or less. Sometimes I don't even know, maybe 1/4 of a scoop, maybe less than that, just a few grams. To kind of get that 1 dose throughout the day as opposed to all at once. That worked for some things, but overall, you know, energy-wise, it was pretty good. Well, it has a slight thermogenic effect on me as well. There was a slow, there wasn't any big crash afterwards. It was a slow, gradual draw. I didn't have any problems sleeping, even when I did take a full dose. Within 3 hours, I was, you know, pretty tired. And it did intensify my workouts a bit. Now what I did notice about this, especially because it has the creatine, obviously I drew in some more water. I was able to get back to some weights that I haven't done in some of them in almost 2 years. You know, I was hitting 225, 230 on squats. I hit almost 250 on deadlift. And then when I was off of it, I kind of dropped back down a little bit. So I know I'll be 50 years old in a couple months. So kind of gauge that as to where you are in your fitness and what you want to do. So to me, for someone who can tolerate it, or if you want to take half a scoop like I did and get 60 servings out of this, it is a recommend. It's not too expensive. I think it was about $1.10 a dose, you know, of the 30. I think it was a little over 30 bucks if I remember correctly. The taste is pretty good. It mixes pretty well. Overall, it's probably like a 7 3/4, 8 product. But be knowing that this is intense and it is labeled, and I would recommend do not exceed the 1. I don't know what will happen, and maybe you get the runs or something. But and take a look at this product. If you have heart conditions or something like that, I would consult your doctor. This might be a bit too intense for you. It's not like my heart raced or anything. I didn't feel dizzy or lightheaded because of the product. It was just the intense energy was quite a bit for my system to take at least. And I never developed a tolerance to take a full scoop. And when I did those full scoops, I pretty flattened out the measurement of them. So there you go. But overall, pretty good. It's just, take it with a caveat. It is intense. It says it on the label. It is. I like the old Dr. Hyde, Mr. Hyde. So this one, it seems a bit over the top for me. But hey, if you're young and you want to hit 400-pound bench press, maybe this will help you. So it is gluten free. So it does have that going for it. And overall, it has pretty good. It's not really sweet. It's kind of a tangy, tarty flavor. But, so I did not get an insulin response just because of the sweetness like I do with some other products, which was good. And so overall, I'd say good. So check it out if you want. Get some samples of it if you want to try it and see. Just be mindful of that full dose. And I would definitely do not do 2 scoops of it ever at once. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for clicking like. Thanks for sharing these videos. Gotten some more people following, getting more retweets on Twitter from other fitness people. It's great. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or a product you'd like to see reviewed, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. All right, thank you very much, and bye. Toby's snoring.